Writing has always been a passion of mine. There's something powerful about creating worlds, building characters, and telling stories that matter to me. But as much as I love writing, the idea of stepping into the world of publishing, especially with the so-called writing community, has made me want to stay away for my own mental health and well-being. Over time, I've realised that a large portion of the writing community isn't actually about writing, it's about clicks, favouritism, and social politics. It's a place where the loudest voices, not the most talented writers, get the most attention, where networking matters more than storytelling, and where people will pretend to support you, secretly hoping you fail. That's not a space I really want to be part of, and it's one of the reasons I've decided to hold back my book until I'm mentally strong enough to deal with it. Because so much is going on in my life, you have absolutely no idea. I'm Will, I host the Book Geek, and I did make a video covering toxicity within the writing community online, but I kind of breezed over a few things, and I want to revisit it, because it's my channel and I'll do what I want. But joking aside, like, sub, tell me what you think in the comments below, and please check out my membership and Patreon options for exclusive content you'll never get anywhere else. The writing world is full of cliques. Just like high school, there are the popular kids, the ones who dominate social media, who praise each other's work endlessly, who decide who gets a seat at the table. If you're not part of the right crowd, you don't exist. If you don't worship the right authors, agree with the right opinions, or play the game, you're ignored at best and actively shunned at worst. And that's a fact, and I've seen it happen to people I know. And then there's the fake support. Writers love to act like they're uplifting each other, but in reality much of it is surface level. They'll say, "Oh, I can't wait to read your book," but when you actually publish, silence, no shares, no reviews, no engagement, because of them. It's not about supporting writers in general. It's about supporting their friends, boosting their popularity, and maintaining their social status. I've watched the same people get praised over and over, not because their writing is groundbreaking, but because they have the right connections. Meanwhile, many talented writers who don't play the game, who don't constantly hype each other up on social media, or who simply want to focus on writing instead of networking, get overlooked completely. One of the biggest things that turned me off was the hypocrisy. Writers in these spaces love to talk about inclusivity, diversity, and supporting all voices, but that's only true if you fit within their accepted mould. If you step outside their narrow definition of what a writer should be, you're either invisible or actively pushed aside. I've seen it firsthand. Writers who dare to speak honestly about their experiences, who challenge the status quo, or who don't engage in endless backpatting sessions get left out in the cold. If you don't constantly network, hyping up the right people, or parroting the right opinions, you're treated like you don't exist. Even worse, the same people who claim to support indie authors and self-published writers often look down at them behind closed doors, and I've seen those discussions and group chats firsthand on websites like Discord and countless other places. They act like they're champions of creativity and independent voices, but deep down they see traditional publishing as the real path, and if you don't go through the right channels or don't have a big name attached to your work, they won't take you seriously. Or they pretend to take you seriously and laugh about it behind your back, and many of these people play your best friend. Just saying, I've seen those conversations. At its core, writing should be about storytelling. It should be about passion and creativity, a drive to create something meaningful, but so much of the writing world, I should say, is who you know, not how well you write. If you're constantly marketing yourself in any way, engaging in Twitter drama or spending hours maintaining online friendships with the right people, you're forgotten. This is why so many great writers never get noticed. They're too busy actually writing to waste their time on social media politics. Meanwhile, mediocre writers and mediocre people with platforms such as podcasts, YouTube channels, and countless other things all get the same attention, get good attention. Not because their work is better, but because they know how to play the game. And I refuse to play it. I refuse to waste my energy on fake friendships, performative support, and self-serving communities. I write because I love writing, not because I want to be part of some shallow popularity contest governed by high school mean girls. At the end of the day, I don't want to force myself into a space where people only pretend to care. I don't want to spend my time catering egos or worrying about whether I'm networking enough to get noticed. Yes, my book is ready to publish, absolutely, but right now the idea of putting my work out surrounded by this level of toxicity isn't appealing. I wanted to get away from mainstream publishing, but walking into indie spaces, they're just recreating the same atmosphere, the same opinions, and the same mediocre dribble coming out of the mouths of the mediocre few. Let's be real, the plebs on the internet who make the most noise get the most attention. Maybe one day I'll find a way to publish on my terms, without having to deal with this nonsense. Till then, I'd rather write for myself. I've stepped back for so many reasons, and this is one of them. The community feels more like high school drama than a place for real writers. And your poorly edited first draft novel you've put out with a terrible cover you've got off some god-awful stock photo website is getting praise. There's something wrong there. But for those who feel the same way, you're not alone. Keep writing for you, not for the approval of people who truly don't care. If your writing is good, it will find a way to the right audience and you'll figure it out, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm on this journey. And you shouldn't have to sell your soul to fake and self-serving people who only care about clicks and numbers. Ultimately, it should be about the art form, not who you know, not parroting the right opinions. But sadly, independent spaces have devolved into spaces that function just like real-life publishing. Traditional publishing of the big five. Same mediocre noise, the same people parroting the same opinions, the endless dribble of social media, and people that don't even know which way up a book goes. So, I'm probably not going to make friends with this one, but I don't care. But one day I will put my book out, but I need to find a way to do it. I realise that I need to build my platform and my presence. Rather than selling to the masses, I need to sell to my audience. Because you guys are amazing. So when it does eventually come out and my headspace is better, I have plans. I have things in the works. I have a lot of stuff going on and a lot of balls in the air. So here we are. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys very soon.